Yo everyone, just wanted to say this video is inspired by Mostly True's 7 levels of high. That being said, let's get into stage 1. So stage 1 is what I call microdosed. When you're microdosed, you have a slight mood boost and you just feel more chilled out. This is a level of high that you can easily be in your everyday activities, but those activities will just be a little bit more enjoyable and interesting. But this stage is rather boring, so let's get into stage 2. High. So you just set a joint with your friends or you hit the bong once or twice. You are now officially high. Congratulations! Depending on the situation, this is the optimal level of high. You can still focus on things, so conversation is still a thing that exists. Mostly. But your thoughts might start to be more intense and varied, but you can still about control them. This stage is best for if you're with a group of people that you know but aren't really that close with. Because at this stage, you don't have any anxiety and you're just kind of chill. That being said, stage 3. Baked. So, you decided that you're just not high enough. Well, luckily, you still got a lot more weed left. Time to get baked. This is the level of high that people who don't smoke regularly assume is the highest you can get. It's not, but it's still pretty freaking high. At this stage, you can't really hold back your thoughts anymore. If you're with a group of friends or similar people, this can be very fun because everyone is sharing their amazing thoughts. And because you're baked, you find them amazing too. The only real downside to this stage is that if you're not with a good friend group, you might feel anxious and just kind of sit there like a weirdo. So, you're feeling extreme today. Why not push the limits as all great explorers and conquerors do? It's time to get stage 4. Suited. Now, let's be honest, you're already pretty gone. But you decide, what the hell, let's smoke some more. After hitting the bong or smoking a joint again, your eyes might start to feel very hot. But it's not scary or anything, they're just kind of there. Also, now you really can't control your thoughts. For example, if you started eating a banana, you might start thinking, I wonder how are bananas grown? And then you think, who is the top supplier of bananas? From there, you might end up wondering if there is a secret organization that controls the supply and marketing of fruits and vegetables to keep the population from realizing that bananas are horrible for you and... So yeah, that's stage 4. But we can still get higher. Even though your brain is telling you, no, that's enough. You're not done. You are one of the chosen ones, comparable to Alexander the Great or Julius Caesar. You will find out what lies on the edge of insanity. Stage 5. Gone. You have done it. You gathered your strength and loaded up one more massive bong hit. You could also smoke a joint, but let's be honest, you are way too far gone to roll right now. After hitting that bong, you feel every nerve and microfiber in your body, but at the same time you feel disconnected, like you're a pilot operating a mech made of flesh and bone. Now, I'll tell you the truth, you're probably freaking out a little bit, but this is really where you discover if you are a man or just a wimp. Your thoughts are completely random, yet ridiculously significant. Also, you forget everything in about 3 seconds, so if you're bored, I guess you could watch some Vine compilations, but only half. Also, you have no idea what you are thinking of, and well, you are barely functioning. The good news is that you are also probably very sleepy, and even though you might feel a little scared and freaked out, you can just go to sleep. Or you could discover the true depths of insanity and go jug some coffee or an energy drink and get to the true final stage. Stage 6. Clinically insane. So, you drank that energy drink like I told you to. Well, now you can truly call yourself a man. You gazed into the eyes of the devil and you weren't scared. In fact, you thought to yourself, damn, this guy seems pretty chill. Wonder what he's like. Well, you'll soon discover that he isn't that chill. For starters, objects might start to look a little wiggly and patterns might be very intense. Also, if you pinch your eyes just right and focus on something for long enough, well, you might just see your sleep paralysis demon. One more fun thing you might think to do is go look at a reflection of yourself. And, well, let's just say that it's probably not moving in sync with you. All that being said, if you reach the pinnacle of high, you're probably a pretty experienced smoker, and well, you know that it's all in your head. The trick is to stop yourself from digging deeper into scary thoughts and just moving on to something else. If you do this, you'll be fine like 95% of the time. So yeah, those are my 6 stages of high. There might be more, but I have yet to discover them. Yo, so you made it to the end of the video. Now, I would really appreciate it if you subscribe to the channel and maybe like this video, because that would be very good for me and I would really appreciate it.